Hey, how's it going today? So, for today's video, we're going to be talking about just a quick exercise that you can do to help your brain start seeing things in light and shadow instead of in line drawing. So, it doesn't take very long, just something that can help you start seeing things in a different perspective. So for this exercise, it should only take about 20 to 30 minutes. We're just going to grab some skull reference and we're going to try and capture the image just using lights and darks. Maybe a couple of lines here or there, but mostly just blocks of dark value. I like to use skulls here because they already have a pretty distinct separation between what the dark areas are going to be and what the light areas are going to be. It's pretty evident, the nose, the eye socket, and underneath the ridge line where the teeth go is going to be dark, and then the actual like cranium and face area are usually light. So it's pretty simple. Doesn't mean it's easy, but takes a little bit of the thinking out of it. You don't have to guess too much on what's supposed to be dark. But you're going to sit down and just try and block out your main dark area and your main light area real quickly. Shouldn't take too long. Try and do it quickly. It's just a quick warm-up. Alright, so this first one here, we're getting pretty close to the end on it. It's not great, but you know, again, we're just warming up here. We're not trying to create a work of art. Just help our brain get started in the morning. Alright, so now that we have that first one done, kind of gotten a little bit warmed up, things are feeling a little bit better, so the second one we'll start on. Take our time, slow down just a little bit, and try and get a little bit more precise in our drawing. You know, still not perfect, still a warm up for the start of the day, but just being a little bit more deliberate and careful with this one. So as I'm drawing, you can notice that I do still use lines. I'll put a line in and use that as kind of an anchor point for where something's supposed to be placed. And then once I have a good anchor point for it, I'll go in and put a block or shape in where I think it's supposed to be located. And then once I have those shapes in there, you can go back in and either get rid of the lines or draw over them, or leave them in if you want to. So as I go here, you can see I'm searching for anchor points. I'm trying to find what's a good spot for me to drop in a dark shadow and help me locate where everything else is gonna go. So cleaning up a little, but really what I'm doing is I'm trying to think what's the next dark shadow shape that I'm gonna put in. So I'm trying to search it out a little bit, just thinking, and then I kind of start figuring out like, okay, here we go, we're gonna put in more of the nose, we're gonna figure that out, and then that'll help us figure out the teeth underneath the nose. So if we have the nose and the eye locations correct, everything else is a little bit easier to put in. Next we start putting the teeth in here, starting to come together, look like an actual skull. And we can just add a little bit of detail here and there now, darken up a few things, and we will be calling this done in just a few minutes. So I really like doing these types of warm-ups in the morning before I get started with work. It really helps you get into the mindset that you need to be in, really start focusing. I don't know about you guys, but just going from waking up and having breakfast and then trying to jump straight into work can be a little challenging sometimes. You got a lot going on. Your brain might still be a little all over the place, or you might be focusing on chores you got to get done or other appointments you might have, and sitting down and doing just a quick 15 to 20 minute warm-up really lets your brain settle down and focus on drawing. So something that I like to do just to get started before actually getting into the real work. And it doesn't take too long, so you're not going to eat up too much of your workday doing quick warm-up. Just seems like a good idea overall. So as the video plays here, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who was kind enough to write me or leave a nice comment. Really appreciate it. A lot of you guys are very nice, said a lot of nice things. So thank you for that. I also got some good questions. But one that I thought was particularly interesting was someone asked if I was able to breathe or if I had a cold. Unfortunately, that is just how my voice sounds. I have a nose that doesn't function properly, so if I sound a little stuffy or if I sound like I have a cold, I'm okay. That's just how my nose is. Probably just got my nose broken or smashed a few too many times when I was a kid and just doesn't work anymore. But appreciate the concern. So here I'm just adding up a few finishing details, cleaning things up a little bit. At this point, the actual image itself is 90% complete, and I'm just adding a little bit here and there just to give it an extra finishing touch. For those who might be wondering, the brush I'm currently using for this whole video is simply the basic round brush. I have it set to full opacity. But with pressure sensitivity on, so I can get different line thicknesses and be able to put thin lines or thick lines in whenever I need to. So that one's completed, and I have a few minutes left to do my warm-ups for the morning, so I try and rush through one more skull drawing. So here you'll see me. This one I try and do a little bit faster since my warm-up time is starting to run out. I like to give myself a set time so I don't end up accidentally sketching way longer than I'm supposed to. So I usually give myself about 20-25 minutes or so just to get warmed up, and here I probably have about 8 minutes left on my warm-up time. So rush through this one, but I like to use up all the time I have. So as you can see, this next skull doesn't come out quite as nicely, mostly just because I'm trying to rush through it, but still, it's a warm-up, so it doesn't have to be pretty. Sometimes you just need to get the warm-up in, get it done, and then move on to the next thing. Alright, so that's the warm-up I like to do in the morning. Helps me kind of focus and get in the mindset of drawing for the day. Feel free to give it a try, let me know if it helps. And here at the end of the video, you can just see a quick and easy way to add two tones to a sketch. Just throw down a quick darken layer, put a tone over the top of it. It just helps sketches look a little bit nicer when you're done with them. Anyway, hope this video helps. Thanks for watching.